Hi, I'm Trent Taylor from Teach It Forward. What I want to share with you right now is one of the models, or it's a principle, I prefer to call it a model. Yeah, go with a model. A model that has changed my life. It's something that I've shared with every single client over the past 8 to 9 years in all the different countries of the world. And everybody gets it. It is a way, it's a model for us to understand how we can be happier. It's a model so that we can build relationships better with people. It's a model that allows us to communicate in a more powerful way so that people understand who we are and what we're about. It's a model to understand why certain behaviours happen and how you can break certain patterns. And this model is called above and below the line. It's a very simple model. It can be applied in just about every context. The presentation I'm going to do to you now, unfortunately I can't apply it to your specific circumstance. And let me tell you, when it is done in a very personal way, it is extremely powerful. But let me give you the generic principle of the model so that you can understand it, and then you can then apply it to yourself, or if you'd like to, if you think it would be of value, then you can always email me or call me, and I can go through this with you for your circumstance. So the above and below the line model is, let's just treat this line like a line of life, a line of business, a line of you. Okay? It means that you have two choices. You always have two choices in life regarding this model. You can be above the line, or you can be below the line. So I'm going to start explaining to you below the line first. This is the place that we obviously don't want to be. And I always remember it, and this might aid your retention of memory here with this. It's BED, okay? B-E-D. And what B stands for is blame, okay? You know that you are below the line in some sort of communication or interaction or activity if you start blaming people. When you blame people, the interesting thing is, you're generally pointing a finger at someone. And the old adage is, when you're pointing the finger at someone, there's always three fingers pointing back at you. So, that three fingers pointing back to you means that you need to come up above the line. But blame is certainly not a feeling that is positive. Blaming is really absconding from responsibility, meaning that it's not a good place. Actually, I won't say the next part, I'll leave it for the last bit. Blame, excuses. Okay? If you're below the line, you tend to make excuses. So when a certain result happens to you in your life, I didn't get that promotion because, X, Y, Z. I didn't get that promotion if I'm in blame. I didn't get that promotion because, he's such a X, Y, Z. We blame and make excuses. The other area of below the line activity is called denial. Okay, so no, it's not the river in Egypt, it's denial. Now, the easiest way to explain denial is it's a polite way of you lying to yourself. Okay, a lot of the times people don't even realise they're in denial. It actually takes a third party to help you become aware of it. But if you are below the line, your behaviour, your responses to people will typically be one of blame. You'll make excuses, or you'll deny that you had anything to do with it. Now, we have a name for people who operate below the line. Now, the official name, okay, is this: a victim. Now, I might just do that again for you in blue writing so you can even see it even clearer in the camera. Does that look fine? Great. So we've got blame, excuse, denial. If you respond in that way, you are more like a victim of life. Now, I have another expression. This is probably the colloquial way of saying it, but what I call you, if you are that, and me, is you are a Suki Lala. Okay? Now, how do you know? I mean, you know when you're doing it. Obviously, if you don't think you're ever in this place or go below the line, well then obviously you already are because you're in denial. Everybody goes below the line. The whole point I want to put across to you is it's not if you go below the line, it's how long you stay there. Now, how do you know when you are being below the line, or how do you recognise if someone's being below the line? They typically use the words at the beginning of a sentence, this, you. If something happens, they're responding, oh, but you, pointing fingers, there's the blame, or, you know, oh, but you didn't tell me that I was supposed to be there on time. You know, you didn't tell me that was the deal. You know, making excuses, blaming, whatever it may be. So, if you do not want to be a suki lala or a victim, and don't start your sentences with you, what you do is you start your sentences with I. And the reason you start your sentences with I is because you want to live above the line. And what living above the line means is that you grab your oar of life. You choose where you're going to go in life. You choose the response you're going to have. You choose the results you want to have. You actually play a part. Okay? What you need to do is, to live above the line, is you need to take ownership of your words. You need to take ownership of your actions. You need to take ownership of your responses. You like to be held to accountable. You're accountable for your actions. You're accountable for your words. You also take responsibility. Okay, you're responsible. Another way of writing it is change the I to an A. You are responsible. You have the ability to respond. People who are above the line, okay, they take responsibility. That's why they start their sentences with I. Yeah, I didn't generate that result because I didn't practice enough. I didn't make that sale because I actually didn't prepare enough. As opposed to, I didn't make that sale because she was hopeless. You know, not a very good prospect, you know. When you operate above the line, your energy increases. Your confidence increases. You can grow as a person. People above the line are growing as people. And as you know in nature, there are only two choices again. You're either growing or you're dying. People in here are dying in their spirits. They're dying in their confidence. Okay, their results are getting them down. They are not confident. They are not strong. They are not powerful. People don't want to be around them. We all have moments like this. Okay, people who are above the line, who take ownership, who are accountable, who are responsible, start their sentences with I. They are growing and they are called, my Russian friend, Victor. Okay? They're winners, they're victors. They are victors. So, as you can clearly see, above the line versus below the line behaviour is obviously what we want in our children. That's the way you raise your children. That's the way you want your children to be in a social setting, at school. And that's what we need to be as parents. That's what we need to be as people, even if you don't have children. So you need to be as a son, as a daughter. Be above the line. Yeah? Lead the light. Yeah? Make a difference to the world. The only way you're going to do that is people who take ownership, take a problem on, and they're going to solve it, and they're going to contribute, and they're going to fix it. They're going to be part of the solution. So the big thing I want you to get here, the big question I want you to ask is, am I above the line right now, or am I below the line? Well, you can do that. What am I going to choose here? I'm going to be above or below. Obviously, the better choice is above, but please remember this. If there's anything you get from this, it's not if you go below the line. It's how long you stay there. As soon as you recognise that you're blaming your excuses or you're in denial, as soon as you realise it, bang, make a different choice. Choice, responsible. Take ownership. Start it with, oh my goodness, sorry. Now, you did say what you wanted to say. I didn't hear you properly. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that, so I chose that. People will then treat you differently. People will look at you differently. People will listen to you differently. People will respect you differently. People will care for you differently. Okay? Be the difference. Be above the line. Okay? Take ownership. Be accountable. Be responsible. Grow. Start your sentence with I. And be a winner. This model has made the biggest difference in my life in the last 9 years. I hope it does for you. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this and to watch this. I hope it's given you some value. And look out at www.teacherforward.com.au for more of these videos and more models to share.